Hello everyone. Today is the 4th of October. It's 11:25 and it's been a long day. I had a midterm and I had a work shift at night. But today is exciting because I just received a package from China, and basically what I'm going to be doing today is unbox my first ever fountain pen. And of course, I got one of the beginner recommended ones. Let's see how far I can struggle with this while I talk about the pen. I got the Lamy Safari, and there's other options, of course, like I believe it's the Pilot Calico. I think that was what one of them were recommended if you just search around, or the Preppy. I chose the Safari mainly because the Safari is actually cheaper than the Pilot one, and it kind of looks better than the Preppy, at least in my perspective. I'm really struggling here, and I am destroying this box because I do not have a scissors at hand. My apologies. So I chose the Lamy Safari, and I don't know what I'm actually going to really think about fountain pens because I've never ever used them before in my life. So this is actually really my genuine first experience. So along with the fountain pen, I also got these ink cartridges. I can't really see if we can focus. Okay, it's focusing, and honestly, I don't really know if these are actually legitimate Lamy cartridges. It's really cheap, and I would say averaging out, it's probably cheaper than getting ballpoint. Maybe not ballpoint. It's actually cheaper than getting Sarasa pen refills, which I'm trying to budget, to see how far I can stretch my money for a nice pen experience, because I am planning to journal more next year especially, and I do want to start now, or the sooner the better. And I thought how to commemorate that by getting a cool new pen, because I've always wanted a fountain pen, just I never found the price very appealing, and I always had the idea that it had to use ink, like from the bottle, and that's not true. But let's focus more on the pen right now, because I'm talking too much about things that are not about the pen. So now let's look at the pen itself. So this comes with a really nice box. I don't really know why are there like dotted lines here. Oh, okay, my ink just fell out. So this is the cartridge, this is the pen, and ooh, I see, it's very plasticky. I know that it is made out of plastic, but I had no idea that it felt this plasticky. I've read somewhere that they're made out of the same things Legos are made out of, which is interesting. What is this? Remove. I'm not really sure why is it there then, but that's the pen. This is interesting. So this is the plastic parts of the pen, and my ink just rolled away. Oh, the nib is in there. Okay, sorry, I don't know why, but that just surprised me. Ooh, this looks really nice. I don't know if I can focus. I'm so sorry that I do not know how to use my camera. It is refusing to focus. Let's see. Let me just no? Okay, clearly I am not great at this. I'm really not great at this, because I think it's trying to recognize a face instead of an object. Okay, finally, you can sort of see the pen. sort of. Okay, so you can see, yeah, that is nice, that is nice. Okay, so you can see the pen right now, and it's really light. I don't know why, I just expected this to be a lot more heavy, but I think it's just the pictures and all. But let's just take a look. I believe this is a converter. I think this is one of the converters that I can use if I ever want to add my own ink in it. I'm not sure if this is original, because all these pens online, they're mainly made in China. I'm not sure if this is actually from China. Wait, I am pretty sure this is shipped from China, but I do not know if this is made in China. So this is just paper, and now I guess would be the question, how do we get this in? Okay, so I have watched some videos on this, but I haven't actually attempted this myself, and there's actually no instructions. I just realized there's nothing, no paper that tells me what to do, so I have to watch a video. So 1 second, guys. Just gonna watch this video.
You're riding with the Safari. You can take this cartridge.
So this is gonna be the most interesting.
You can either press it on, with some pressure, like undo it, wait until it kind of like unthread. You're now a little OCD about it, and you want to be able to see that logo, or you don't want to be able to see that logo. You actually get your choice. So you can just undo it, wait until it kind of like unthreads, and go another half turn, and then when you thread it back on, boom, logo.
Logo.
So you got options. So when you're actually riding with the Safari, you can.
Oh, that makes sense. The logo is down there, so I would assume it would align with the logo. Am I taking a risk? I don't know. Am I able to take out any? I feel stupid.
Take this cartridge. You can either press it on, with some pressure like so. It takes a little bit of pressure. You hear that kind of popping sound.
Oh, I think I'm upside down.
Is if you haven't already punctured it, or if you have, I guess in my case, you just kind of place it on here gently. You screw the back on, and it's actually made to fit because it's a proprietary cartridge. It's made to fit so that when you screw it all the way down, it actually pushes the cartridge in place and it punctures it there. You might want to wait about 30 seconds or so if your feed is completely dry, because the ink has to kind of work its way down with capillary action. If you want to speed it up a little bit, you can shake it down a little bit like this. Don't tap it. Just kind of take your hand and go like this. That will help to assist and persuade the ink to go in the direction.
Okay, so I managed to put it in. So I think I was just a little bit confused on how it all worked. But it's now in, and wow, the ink is working. Let me just try to. Smudge test. Wow, that's actually pretty good. This is a fine. I forgot to mention that this is a fine. Oh, it stopped on me. This is a fine. I'm actually pretty surprised that it's pretty thick. This is. I think I'm writing wrong. I'm not really sure which is the best way to write with this, which is the best. But I can definitely see what people are talking about when they say, you know, your fountain pens tend to not be too hard on the paper, so it's not as a friction-filled experience. That's an interesting sentence. Oops, I think I'm writing in a really weird angle. I think this is the most comfortable. Well, like when I can see the nib, sort of angled towards this, or else it just feels a little bit scratchy. Very weird feeling. So, friction-filled experience. I do not know how I would draw with this. I'm not such a big drawer, but I feel like it's pretty nice in making lines. That's an observation. So that's my first name. I don't actually know how to write cursive. This is just some random words in curly words. I'm not really sure what it is. A trampoline apparently. But this is actually a really nice pen. I don't have a very good, I don't have much experience with this, but I'm enjoying the Lamy Safari. Let's try to just do some shading. Ooh, I definitely like how ink just flows really easily. Like it just comes out. Like I don't have to put too much pressure. But this is interesting. So if I'm drawing like this, seems like the lines aren't really consistent, but let's try the other side. If I'm doing it like this, it is really consistent. This is interesting. I don't really know how this works. But yes. Maybe I should have gotten one step finer. I'm not typically such a thick type of writer. I can see that this is probably, I would say, closer to a 0.7 in terms of regular ballpoint pen metrics. This is not really proper paper to be testing fountain pens in. This is just a random notebook I have. Fountain pens. This is... Let me just try to write really fine. And that's a concern right now that I have, is that it would look really thick. This isn't too bad. So you can see that's how the ink looks. So what I would say so far is that the fine is actually not as fine as I thought. It's a pretty plasticky experience. I forgot what color this is. It does feel pretty plasticky. The clip is decent. Let me just put it in my pencil case to show you how it would clip. So it just fits fine. I'm not really someone that uses it on my clothes, so this is not really a big gripe to me that it's that big, because I usually just use my stationery from my pen case, so no issue there. I think it feels pretty nice to hold. I think if you put the clip up here, it's a little bit heavy at the end, but otherwise, it's a great feeling. I can see the peel. So I think definitely number one, what I'm feeling, what I'm getting a sense of is that I do not need to exert as much pressure with my fountain pen. And even compared to gel pens, which is pretty smooth already in my eyes, this is actually even smoother. Like, I can just feel this might be better when it comes to long writing sessions, which might be useful because I have a midterm coming up and I typically do a brain dump, and this might just be what I'll be using. Now, what is my other concern is that these pens, yeah, the ink could be a cheaper option compared to using something like the Sarasa, which is a really good pen on its own, and affordable, reasonably. I'm also afraid that these Lamy inks, I do not know how long these would last. So I'm going to have to check back in on that. Maybe we'll take a look after my midterm, because I'm gonna be writing a lot with the pen. So we'll see about it. Alright, so this is my first impressions of my Lamy Safari, and also figuring out how to put a cartridge in. I'm so sorry if that took too long. This is not really a serious video. This is just a fun little channel that I guess I'm going to be posting some videos on, just some other things that I find interesting. And yeah, I was really excited to get this pen, and I hope that this marks like a little journey for myself with stationery. I'm actually a lover, I guess, of stationery. I watch a lot of stationery content, especially when I was younger, and I was more into mechanical pencils, Japanese mechanical pencils. I was into the Unikuro Togas. I was really interested in the Pilot Dr. Grip and the Staedtlers. There's a lot of cool Japanese stationery out there, and I don't know why the fountain pen has never really been something that I focused on. But just going on to journaling subreddits, journaling videos, you see a lot of people using fountain pens, and it kind of just piqued my curiosity, and that's why I kind of got a cool little starter pen, and we'll kind of see where this takes me. I'm going to try to not fall into any rabbit holes of buying a lot more pens that I don't need. And I am mainly a digital note taker. I use a lot of Obsidian for my work notes, my uni notes, especially when I'm in class. Lecturers speak like 100 kilometers per hour, so a pencil or pen might not really be enough, at least from what my needs are. So yeah, this will mainly be my pen with my Kimber Weekly that's coming up, or en route from China as well. Everything's from China nowadays, honestly. Nothing wrong with that, but that's just an observation, I guess. But that is coming, so we're going to see. I'm going to really test it out and see how the thickness would really play a part, because my writing isn't always the nicest, and just putting it in a tight box, a really small space might not be conducive. So who knows, this might be more of a daily journal daily journal type of pen, mainly because it might not fit in my Kimber in terms of the boxes, because it is a weekly spread, and I don't know if the space is sufficient. But yeah, that is it. I think this is too long of a video now. I probably lost a lot of you from the start, but it's okay. I think this is just going to be my own rambling safe space, I guess. Sorry, just felt like coughing there. And if anyone is here, please share your experience with your Lamy Safari, or if you have any other fountain pens or any recommendations, maybe something that would fit my handwriting. I'm not a really good handwriting person. I'm a very messy, speed first type of person, and I would love to improve my writing. And who knows, maybe I will start learning cursive or something. But yes, feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed the content. I don't really know what I'm going to be posting. Stationery videos, maybe some journal videos, or some tech videos. I'm pretty interested in some of those too. And yeah, happy watching, and don't go down the rabbit hole of buying too much things that you do not need. Thank you, and let me try to focus. Let's see. Let me just remove that notebook. The struggle. There you go. There you go. That is a nice looking pen.